Hey everyone, how's it going tonight? Hope you're doing well. I was supposed to have a softball game, but we got canceled. So we're gonna do some chess. So hang out with me. We'll go over my training and we'll play a game. As you can see, I've been playing pretty consistently last couple days, and I've been playing Blitz, but I really don't know why. I'm not very good at Blitz. Lost 4 in a row, lost 2 here, lost 2 here. Went 5 and 6 on the first. But my classical games have looked good. So I've just decided there's no reason to even play Blitz because it's just not one of my strengths. I'm just not. Unless I have time to really think and analyze my moves, I don't play very well. Okay, so to warm up, let's do a little puzzles. And it is white to move. So let's count material. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So it looks like white is losing material-wise. Queen, queen, rook, rook. So let's look at material. Black has an advantage. So let's look at weaknesses. Let's look at our own weaknesses. The F pawn is super weak. The D pawn is super weak. The H pawn is weak. And the A pawn is weak. So white's position looks terrible. I don't see anything good. Black has a weak A pawn and a back rank mate. Those are the only two weaknesses that I see in Black's position. So now we go checks, captures, threats. So let's calculate checks first. So queen has no checks. The only check I see is this move. Which the king could either move or take. So most forcing line is the king takes, queen checks, king steps back, check, check, check. That looks like a draw. Honestly, I might take a draw here. Let's go. Rook goes here, king goes here. Rook goes here, then he takes. So we can't go that way. So rook goes here, king goes here, check, has to take, same thing. So I think I found a draw. There's nothing I can do. I think that's going to be the solution. Let me see if I have anything better. Can I threaten the queen? So that's the check. Checks leads to a draw. Let's see if we can find something better. So threaten the queen. Takes, takes, takes here. And then you have to defend back rank mate. So this looks pretty enticing. That looks like a winning endgame for white. So this is a draw. Here, 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 here. This looks winning. Let me see if black can make a better move. I don't see it. Cool. Yeah, so let's look at a little analysis. So black was completely crushing. And then checks, captures, threats. So this is a threat. So when I analyze a puzzle, this is kind of informative, and maybe you'll appreciate it, maybe you won't. But I kind of walk you through my thought process. I analyze the position, material-wise, and then I look at my pieces versus his pieces, and then I do checks, captures, and then threats in that order, and that usually grants me the position. Let's try again. We'll do 2 or 3 and then we'll play a game. Because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to do puzzles for a few minutes. You're supposed to play a game and then you're supposed to analyze. Okay. Black to move. 3 to 3. So my king looks ideal on this square, as it defends my pawns. The king looks like it would be placed there. The knight, I don't think it could be really placed all that much better. So checks. I don't see any checks. So no checks, so now we look at captures. 1, 2 captures. So, candidate moves. I really like the king move. This looks like it wins a pawn. This takes, here, takes. I don't see enough follow through to take the... take the bishop. That doesn't look that good. So I either win a pawn, and then double check, and maybe try to wrap around, or I defend my piece. If it was a blitz game, I'd just defend my piece really quick. Because why drop a pawn for free? Trade. I mean, what does that really look all that good for me? Okay, here. White's probably a natural move to play there. Takes. Here and back. I mean, this just looks like a free pawn, and then you just play on. Is there a tactic? I don't see a tactic. It just seems really solid. Takes. Takes. Then here. And he'll lock me out. That looks bad. Takes. Takes. Here. I just don't see it. So, oh, really? That's not the right move. That's 100%. Oh, maybe it's here? Okay. So I think the problem is I didn't find the winning move. So maybe it's to push the king out, right? Here. I mean, if he goes here, I just step back, and here. I mean, that's a problem. I calculated this. Why can't he just take? Why is this so winning? I don't understand. Oh, because there's 2. Yeah, he can't step in the box. No, this is a draw. Yeah, you have to escort it. Wow, very hard. Endgames. So it was a draw, and then you stepped here, and now it's a win. Because if you take here, and I step up here, you're just in trouble. That would be too much. Okay. So what did we learn from this position? There's tactics as far as taking the piece and then marching forward. And then, yeah, I'm just gone. And what's he gonna do? So that's interesting. You check him, and then after he moves, you wrap around the outside. And he's paralyzed here. He'll never get through. So let's evaluate this position. Oh, it's different because now he has this move, and I have to step away, and he can collect the pawn. So, this is interesting. The only reason this works is because he's here. If he's here and he can step here, it doesn't work. That's really interesting. I really like this puzzle. This is a really good position to understand. Okay. So this is a very similar position. It's an endgame. Black is in check. He only has 2 legal moves. So it's one of these 2 moves. My first thought is it's to barricade the pawn, of course, right? Barricade the pawn. King has to move. You take here. King goes here. You go back. I don't know. If you go up, he can go down. That's stalemate. Actually, no, you can go here. So here, down, here, down. But black, I mean, he can never get in. He just, as long as he keeps you walled. So it's got to be this way. This way. Here. Takes. Here. 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 Check. Here. Here. So that looks like a stalemate too. Let's see. Black has no other legal moves. I have to go here. I have to. Or here. It's 2 moves, but they look the same to me. I can't find the... So checks, captures, threats is hard to work here. Because this is all just about identifying squares. So let's look at weak squares. So these are really strong squares for me. This is a square we're fighting over. So if I go here, he can go there. Then I go here. He goes here. I go here. So he's not going to go there, because then I can get around. Here. 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 And I'm around, yeah. I think there's an idea where I can like walk my king around to this pawn. That's an idea. Because I don't see how he's ever getting through here. But if I come down here, he's just never gonna let me back in. Because then I'm stuck, right? So I think I gotta go up. Oh man, gotta go down. I don't see it here. Oh, and then I'm through. Yeah, let's look at my move. Oh yeah, he can just march with me forever. Yeah, it's a draw. Shoot. His endgames are tough. Okay, so barricade, and up, take, and here. And then I have 1 extra move, and now he's in. Why doesn't he go here? Ah, because there's a check, and then you collect. Man. So this is another, like, Zugzwang. I'm not very good at those. That's tough. These endgames are tough, too. Okay. Well, this has been good. Let's play a classical game. Nice little warm up. How long was that? How long have we been recording? 15 minutes? So that's just about right. That's what you want to do. So if you skipped ahead until we're playing, 15 minutes is when the game's at. Let's say we played a French last time. Playing Alekhine. Seems fun. Okay, d6 is the move. Ooh, that's passive. This is a move, and then this is a move. Okay, so now I don't actually know much theory. I used to know a whole lot more theory. So I've given up some checks here, so developing looks nice. And then there's like this maneuver back. Yeah, and then if he pins me, I can step out with the light squared bishop. Looks pretty nice. So I think this is the move. Okay, we have options here. We can either take with the queen pawn, or we can take with the king pawn. I think we should replace a center pawn with a flank pawn. Standard principles. Looks good to me. Okay, and a natural move for white. First inclination is I can pin it. I can also fianchetto, which looks kind of good. Because my pawns are pointing this way, and I don't really want to move this pawn, because I'll block in my dark squared bishop, or I'll make my d pawn really weak. By pushing forward, you make a weakness. So here, here, and here looks pretty solid for black, and I like that approach too. My knight's a little soft, but I can always drop back here, and I have a decent fight for the center. White has a little more space. And white has very natural developing squares. But I think this is the best play for black. So, black plays for a very passive, quiet game. He doesn't get really aggressive really early. And I like that. I like that from my position. So now we're at a critical moment, or I think a critical moment at least, where I have to decide what I'm going to do. I need to decide where I want to put my pieces, and I need to find good squares for them. So, let's look at white's position. Does he have any weak squares? So this pawn's weak. This pawn could become weak if the dark squared bishop moves. This pawn's not very weak. I mean, I think it's a weakness. These two I would classify as my weakest pawns, but they're like heavily defended. So where would I like my queen, excuse me. That looks pretty good. Because the knights can't defend that way. Because what would be nice is to ultimately play these two moves. So it might be okay to try and get some pressure. This square is weak in his camp. Where would I like to have a knight? Right there. I'd like to have a knight right there. He doesn't really have any weaknesses per se. I could always think of doing something like this. And then maybe the queen right here. On an open, semi-open file for a rook. I don't know. Let's see. If I go here, can I get, like, bullied? No, I don't see how a knight's getting there. Maybe something like that would be annoying. That little maneuver. This might be a nice move. Stop any knight bishop threats. Something like this and this. Okay, so a couple ideas. Queen here to exert some pressure. I don't like that because if I were white, that gives white incentive to develop to a nice square. And I'm pretty soft on this square. This is kind of a weaker point in my camp. My knight's nicely placed. Both my knights are. I don't think I could really improve them. The light square bishop's probably my weakest piece. And do I like trading him off for nothing? I don't know. So this is a good candidate move. This is a candidate move. This move, I just don't, because of this maneuver, I don't, or even this maneuver. Yeah, so the queen moves out because this gives white a clear plan to attack my queen. So that moves out. This move and this move I'm considering. And this move, I guess. That just seems passive. And it also puts my queen on an open file for a rook. Not entirely... I don't like that. So now I'm down to 2 moves. I'm down to this move, and I'm down to this move. Okay. This is a developing move. That's a plus. Do I have any bad, like... Here, here, here. Trapped. So here, here, and maybe back, and just see what he does. Let's see. Here. Stops any ideas like this or this. See, this part's important, and like you can't do this really well in Blitz unless you like know your opening really well. It's you have to create a plan, right? You have to create an idea of what you want to play for the rest of the game. And as you can see, for black here, I'm struggling to find a plan that I really enjoy, that I really like. Like this seems okay, and then maybe support here. And here. Because that seems like a really enjoyable square for my knight. It can only be kicked by f3, and once he plays f3, his dark squares become incredibly weak. But this square can easily be challenged. You can have like 5 pieces on it. So really, I don't have... White has played so solid. Like his position's really concrete, and I don't really see any weaknesses. And so I think in this position, I should play concrete as well, and I should avoid complex positions or getting myself into trouble trying to do too much. So what can I do to not get in trouble? So does this create a weakness? I don't know, because maybe the king tucks up here, and unless black tries to double up like this, even then with the king up there, that doesn't seem to create like a weak... I've played with that position lots of times in the English, and I think it's tough to crack because the knight can never jump in. All these squares are covered. Whereas if he puts a knight right here, it kind of bothers me. Because then he like jumps around and he gets in the center, and it's just kind of annoying. But developing your pieces is important too, because this pawn is chronically is kind of, you know, he wants to be here and here. So that's a strategy. Let's trade off the light square bishop and then put all my pawns on light squares and maybe get some knights on these squares. It's an idea. This doesn't quite feel right. But perhaps trading... I mean, this knight's really strong. So he might just play like this. Or play like this. Let's see what he does. I think I want to develop the light square bishop, put all my pawns on light squares, and see if we can't get something rolling with my knights. Because it's hard to find a way for the light square bishop to get involved in the game. So I think we decided we were going to trade here, right? Trade, takes, and then we're looking to get our knights on good squares. And then we'll play this move, and his light square bishop will, I think, in my opinion, become a bad piece. Because ultimately, he could trade it off, which would probably be the best move. So, two options here. I could go here and look at this square, but that gives him an ideal place. Here and here looks pretty good as well. Play like this, but then he can take and I'm doubled, which I don't like. I don't mind if he decides to play without his light squared bishop. I'll have a nice comfy spot right there and there. So, move here. We'll take if he takes my knight, which I think he probably should. Because if he allows me to play this move and this move, yeah, okay, so the knight contests these squares, a natural place for the knight. But I think after this move and this move, white's light squared bishop is a bad piece. So I would trade. He doesn't trade. What am I missing here? Does he have a tactic? He's playing incredibly fast. So here, and then he goes for this square. Hoping that'll take. Which I won't. I don't think so, at least. I'll support. No. No. I mean, that's got to be the square he wants to be on. Jeez. The more you see. So, I think I have effectively proved that white's light squared bishop is a bad piece. I have put all my pawns on light squares, and now I'm thinking of further adding to his misery and planting a knight on this square. Also, if you play moves like this, you may provoke him to create a weakness, and then I can reroute my knights to hop in. So I'm thinking like this, and then get my queen somewhere comfortable, and argue that my knights will be better than this bishop, and that our dark square bishops are about equal. See, I'm really kind of liking a maneuver like this or something like that. What's his point? He wants to come in here. Wants to free the dark squared bishop. So I'm not really keen on trading his dark square bishop for that knight. I think my knights are going to be quite powerful. So I'm going to play here with the anticipation of this move. But the question is, do I move my queen first? Breaking the pin. Also, the queen exerts more pressure on this square. The dark square bishop can't be developed, which I'm happy with. And this pin seems bad because then I have to move it and he can just take, and I have to take, and this knight seems like I have an idea to put my knights on these light squares and really dominate the game. So we're gonna move the queen. Still with the idea like this. If we see something like this, we'll reroute. Guys, chess is not hard. Just watch what your opponent's doing. Chess is actually really hard. I didn't. Don't listen to me. So, knight moves. So here to here to here looks pretty good to me. Here looks kind of odd. Oh, that maneuver looks pretty good. Now we just have to decide how to get to that square. But we can gang up on this square. So I think something like that. Or like this. Provoke a weakness. So do I want to be on this square so I can throw here, or do I want to be on this square? I think I like this square because look at these options. It's a stronger knight than a square there, so I'm going to go backwards. The problem is he can pin me, so the queen will have to move again, but I think the idea is to push here. Okay, so we got our light squared. We got our light squares. I'm hoping to see this move. Yeah. So I saw that. And now we just need to find a home for you. So where could I put my... If I had to put my queen on any square, where would I put it? It's interesting. She's just not quite ready to be in the game yet. And I don't like being on this open file. But you know what? This guy's soft. So maybe being over here and x-raying like this is a pretty good move. We can still jump back, right? Just because he took away this square from us doesn't mean we can't jump back. So, my evaluation, black is fighting well. White has a nice bishop pair, but this piece is really bad. That knight looks awful. So, I think we plan to play this move, and maybe we produce this. So, if we play this, I'm anticipating this, and so I think I need to have a rook here to improve the attack. His dark square bishop's actually pretty strong. I have a lot of dark squared weaknesses, and so like trading off his dark square bishop seems pretty nice. If I could get a knight for dark square bishop, I think that would be pretty nice. He wants that square. Which, can he hurt me? I don't really see it, so I'm going to go with my plan. To dominate this square. That does contest me here. Which I don't love. Does he have any checks? If he plays this move, I may have a sneaky knight move right here to then really force my control over this square. This is a sensible move. It's pretty obvious what square I'm going for. This move is actually not bad because it stops me from jumping into f6. The rook's pretty well placed now. A little break right here seems really, is really kind of dangerous now because that will activate the dark squared bishop. The queen will be nice and active. The knights are jumping in. The rook's jumping in. I think I prefer black here. White's plan of attack isn't so clear. Like, what's White's plan? Deploying his bishops at the other end of the board? I mean, I'm sitting here cozy. If I was black, I'd be trying to force this exchange. But it'd be nice to have a white piece there. Okay, so if I play here, he's going to play here. Obviously. So is that any good for me? Sorry about that. I gotta close the door. Okay, I'm back. So here, if we play here, we'll have here, and then here. The knight's okay. Here and then here, maybe? Yeah, okay. So I can also play like this, and then if he trades, we're happy. So I'm at the square I wanted to be at. I anticipate he'll kick. And then I have two options. I can go here or here. Okay, here looks dangerous because there's no way getting out. So we go here, and then we maybe infiltrate with the queen. I think we improve my knight if he decides to take. So white's softening up over here on the queen side. Oh, so here black wants his exchange. Interesting. Do I make him take me? Probably, because I think my attack is growing stronger. So here threatens to win a pawn, and if you play here, I have this move, and then if you play here, I can sneak back in, and then if here, we're sneaking out. So the queen's going on a mission. Easy peasy. Where do we push? Takes, 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 takes. Is black collapsing? That's the question. Oh, interesting. This move weakens e4, or excuse me, e6. Takes, and he wants to replace his knight there. I think this queen mission looks kind of like black could break down, or excuse me, white could break down. Oh, I'd love to see that. I just step back. I think I'll do this. And if he just defends, I mean, we got ideas galore. Something like this, yeah. Okay, I saw this. I missed that move, though. He takes right there, I take right here. And then, can he take right here? So if I play like right here... if he takes here, I gotta snap here. And then we're fine. Because the knight's gonna get mobile. And then I should be taking here. Yeah, so no checks, and I should have... He should be weak here. Yeah, so I want a pawn. Ooh, he trapped me there. I think that'll be okay, though, because that was a super strong piece. I think we snag here, and we just defend, we're okay. So it's going to be even after the exchange. But I think I prefer my position. I've got the passed pawn. I've got a healthy rook. My knights are coming in, and I still argue that this piece sucks. I still maintain that this light-squared bishop is not really in the game. So I think my flow is very simple, right? We want to avoid this square. We never want to let him trade. But like, a plan like this really easy to see. We'll just slowly pick apart his pawns, and I'll keep my pass pawn. I'll maybe get a rook. I mean, I only open file right now, so I think this is really comfortable for black. I think black has an edge here, even though I'm down the exchange. It's funny, I felt like white was not really pushing for an advantage. He just played really safe and concrete. Because of that, he found a nice jump here. Sure. Maybe you could argue my e8 knight has been really passive all game, but maybe he would have been better placed here. But I was really nervous. I had dark squared weaknesses, and I didn't really want to take... I mean, taking there was necessitated by this queen endeavor, but I wiped out the queen side, so... Double-edged sword. Okay, something like this. So, here, here, here. Yeah, what's he want? He wants to do this. So I think something like this. Offer a queen trade. Oh, he wants to... So if I go like right here, he'll go here. So having that guy defended right now is pretty good. I like this idea, but this move is strong. But I mean, all I gotta do is sidestep it, force a queen trade. I like this move because it activates the knight and it makes room for the other knight. So if I'm anticipating if here, I'll go here. And then if I lose this pawn but gain this pawn, I'll have two strong pawns in the middle. And with the queens off the board, I think that's just winning for black. Maybe the rooks are stronger than the knights, but I will doubt it. Just so much center control. The knights will be monsters. And I'm still arguing that the white's light squared bishop is worth 2.4, and my knights are worth 3.6, 3.4, right? 2.4, 3.4, 3. The reason I give him a 3 is because he has really high potential, right? Imagine I get 2 more moves to get my knights involved. It's game over. I mean, of course, if he captures my queen. I don't really think having the queens on the board benefits me, because the more that I can isolate this guy, I mean, maybe it does, but I mean, he has got like tricks to try and win my queen, right? And if I lose my queen, I'm just toast. So. Man, you love to see some stuff like this. Put a rook behind, start pushing. I mean, the knights come dancing in. Something like that. It's funny, white didn't think all game. Now all of a sudden he's in the tank. I think I played pretty perfect until this might have been an inaccuracy going for that square, but I couldn't really find a better place to go. I couldn't find a better way to attack. Maybe there's something like right here that's really strong. Instead of that move, I kind of like this move. Questioning the bishop. Okay, my first thought was to play this move. Second thought is to play this move. So I'm anticipating this move. And then this move. So probably the knight's strongest. And then look for a trade. Not a bad move. So now we trade. Or I win a pawn, I guess, if he doesn't want to trade. He doesn't have to trade. Yeah, it seems like a decent move. What does he do as I just continue to march up the board, though? This looks like a nice move, hitting this, and defending that, and blocking that. So actually looks quite nice for me. Let's see, black. It looks like it drops a pawn, but it threatens the queen. Queen has to move. Queen has no checks. Queen can go there. Check. I mean, this just looks like a really good move. It gives up a pawn for a ton of initiative and attack on the king. Which I already got I won a pawn in the center of the board, so like I'm happy. Why am I only up? Oh, it's because I'm down in exchange. I was like, I'm up a ton of pawns. So, remember when we made that plan? Clear back on move. Right here. It's so funny. You think chess, I mean, just the brilliance of how good grandmasters are. But I made the plan to go after this guy eons ago. Eons. Remember? And I said, I'll put all my pawns on light squares. Have I convinced you yet that this pawn sucks? You know what I mean? So this looks like an actual deflection. And I just don't know where the queen goes afterwards. Can't take. Can't go here. Did he go there? You give up the check. No check there. I mean, it just looks really, really strong. Kind of risky, I guess, because you're weakening your structure. But the attack looks brutal. I mean, these knights are jumping in and the queen's coming in. It just looks awful for white. Like, where does white go right now? Can't hang your queen. Can't step there. Why can't he step there? He can step there. Why can't he step there? Oh. Oh, man. Oh, man. That's a queen trap. I think if he steps there, it's a queen trap. Oh, he can get out. He could get out. But then, I mean, all my pieces are flowing towards the king. I mean, tell me who you'd rather be here. I'm not seeing it for white. I'm just not seeing it. This bishop's awful. The rooks are being dominated by the knights. I mean, now they're both worth 3.5, 2.5. So, I mean, this guy's cool. He can grab a pawn whenever he wants, but yeah, that's what I thought. So ultimately, black has to give material back, and the question is, do we keep the queens on the board? So I think we can take here, and we take like this, and it's just crushing. So I think we take like this. I have plenty of time. So if you take like this, takes, ruins the pawn structure. If we take like this, and then he takes, and then I take, not only does it defend the pawn, but I get this nice little, like, glob moving up the board. I think we take the queen. I anticipate he'll take my queen. I'll take back. And then the push should just be too strong. You know what we could do is we could try and blunder this pawn for this. Oh, but then he gets a check. And then once he dodges check, Hey, you're chilling. I think white should resign. I think it's completely appropriate to resign. Black's going to reinforce. I just don't see a way white's coming back into the game. So maybe just advance here. I'm trying to think of ways to win the game. Maybe I think we just walk the king towards this way and we push. I mean, I just don't see how white can do anything. I mean, he's just completely dominated. I think you're going to see it here pretty soon. Here, here. And we just roll up the board, probably. So here, back, I guess. Just keep rolling. Seems right. Just keep rolling up the board. Well, that seems ugly. Here, no. I think we just keep rolling up the board. Don't really know what white's plan is. Wants a check, I guess. So let's sit comfy so there's no back ring things. And if we get a check here, just sit right in the middle of the board, probably. I mean, knight holds everything. So maybe we just keep walking. Probably just step up, get behind him, start moving. As long as the knight holds, we're fine. So rook holds this rank, knight holds this rank. We're going to push. And we'll walk this pawn in. Make a queen. Not worried about stuff like this. Pretty easy to sidestep. Ultimately, just a really solid game, I feel. Well thought out attack, a good strategy against a light squared bishop. A few mistakes. I think we made a few mistakes. We didn't play perfectly, but we followed really good chess principles, and okay. Did not see that one coming. So the first move I see is a check. After moves, I take here. And then if he wants to take, I'm fine. So maybe I should offer a rook exchange. Well, check and winning the pawn just looks too good. And then after moving, takes. I'm losing this pawn, though. And that looks pretty bad. Let's be honest. I could take, and then as soon as he takes, I step forward. Probably taking's the way to go, I think. And then keeping because I do not want isolated pawns. So you take, and then you step forward. Everything's buttoned up pretty solid here. Now I do something like this, really just lock this piece out, maybe. Just not seeing it. So probably push here, and then walk the king towards him, maybe. I mean, he has to respond to this threat, right? You have to respond. $3 minutes, plenty of time to convert this position. So he wants this move. So I push here, and then I step down, maybe? We cool with that? Push here, and then here. It looks dangerous. Could also put the rook here. That way everything's just gelling. Or we can move here. There's no checks. Let's move here. Start stepping up. Could be scary-ish, I guess. And then here. Okay, interesting. Here and here looks natural. I mean, it's just shut him out. Shut him out of the game, right? Shut him out of the game. That's what I've been doing all day. Oh, that stinks. I think you have to step away there. If here I have this move, which is kind of interesting. So I can obviously defend, and then there's nothing like this. Is he threatening to just win it? Yeah, so I could step here. He moves here, I guess. Could step here. Check. Need to improve my pieces. So maybe here. If he takes me, I might have this move. Okay. So here. And then if he takes, I step here. And then he can't defend both. That looks about right. And there's no checks or anything funny like that. Yep. Oh, I blundered. Oh no, I blundered. Oh no, all this game. Shoot. Oh wait, can I win still? Here. I think so. Gosh, dang it. How did I do that? How did I do that? Okay, if here takes. Man alive. Oh, that still doesn't work. Because he has this move next. Shoot. Well, I've made a mistake. Well, I can't give up that pawn now. This is my only chance. Man. Oh, I've played this game so good up until that move. I blundered a fork. How did I miss that? I thought he was still defended. Well, shoot. Well, shoot. Guys, we're in trouble. I'm not going to lie here. I'm not going to lie. I can't give up the rook. Got to push in the middle here. Man. He takes. I push, maybe? Then if he takes, he can get back. I'll have to take. If he takes, I take. He takes. I could queen. Man alive, I just messed this up. I messed this up, guys. I messed this up. If he plays here, I could play check. He's got to play here. He just plays here, he's fine. He plays there, he's fine. He takes, maybe? He could take. Then I'd take. Taking's good. Man. Oh, you hate to see that. I played so perfectly all game, and then just to blunder it away. Okay, so check, maybe? Here. Check. So check. It's just too tough to play, guys. Just too tough. So we threaten mate. No, because he can defend. Shoot. Shoot, 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 shoot. Well, guys, we had a run. We had a run. Just not going to be able to do it. Not going to be able to do it. Not going to be able to win. That's a darn shame. Ah, that game was totally winning too. Yeah, I just got a lot of problems here. No time to. Hmm. And get up in here, I don't know. It's gonna be too hard. Yeah, we'll resign. Good game. Oh, man. We were doing so well. I think I got tired. Yeah, 5.5. Oh, man. That's just brutal. I just thought... in my mind, this pawn was still right here. And I was defended. And I thought I was winning a piece. Yeah. I think, yeah, crushing the whole game, though. Excellent game by Black. The whole way. What does it think about the queen move that I did earlier? Just has to sit even. Yeah. Yeah. It likes Black here. Well, guys, it happens. You can't be mad. Because, honestly, we played excellent chess. One little blunder. And I mean, he was getting absolutely stomped the whole game. So, probably spent too much time in the puzzles. Because there's a minute on... or, I mean, we've been streaming for an hour. But, really instructive game. Really good thoughts. I mean, this is just completely winning. Like I told you. I just thought I just overlooked it. Got tired. Overlooked it. So I had 2 minutes on the clock. So I'd used my time well. Played pretty good chess. Yeah, there's some tricks here. I mean, if he plays here, I was thinking this, and then if this, yeah, he'd been fine. So I was thinking here, and then if he played here, I was thinking here, and I'm winning again. But yeah, he played precise at the end. Let's give him a good GG in the chat. And with that, I'm out.